In The Prince, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote that a wise man never speaks all he thinks, but always thinks all he speaks. These are not just words from a distant age. They are a quiet warning to anyone who has ever spoken too soon, trusted too quickly, or revealed too much. Because often it's not your enemies who destroy you, it's your own mouth. Human nature, psychology, and power are intertwined. And the moment you open your mouth without control, you give away something sacred. Your strategy, your emotions, and your weaknesses. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago, long before modern psychology put words to it. Words like impulsivity, projection, or self-disclosure bias. He observed that the greatest downfall of powerful people wasn't their enemies. It was their inability to remain silent. To Machiavelli, silence was not emptiness. It was a weapon. It was control, precision, and self-possession. Because silence forces others to reveal themselves while you remain unreadable. But the moment you speak carelessly, you give others the blueprint to your mind. This video isn't about manipulation or deceit, it's about awareness. Awareness of when your words betray you. When speaking from emotion turns you from a thinker into a target. When the desire to be understood becomes the very thing that exposes you. We'll explore 10 quiet yet powerful psychological moments. 10 situations where your own mouth betrays you, according to Machiavellian wisdom. Each one is subtle, each one feels harmless, but together they shape the difference between those who command their world and those who are controlled by it. So take a deep breath, slow down, because sometimes true strength is not found in what you say, but in what you choose not to. Number 1, when you speak to fill silence. Machiavelli once cautioned that silence itself is a form of power, a tool sharper than words. In today's world, where people often equate speech with confidence and validation, silence can feel unnerving. Psychology refers to this unease as discomfort with stillness, the natural tension we feel when a pause lingers in conversation. But what truly lies behind this discomfort is the human fear of being misunderstood, unseen, or unworthy. When someone rushes to fill the silence, it often stems from anxiety or an unconscious need for reassurance. Studies in social psychology show that silence exposes our inner state more than words ever could. Those who can't sit quietly often reveal insecurity, impatience, or the desperate urge to be accepted. On the other hand, composed individuals use silence as a strategy. They understand that every pause holds psychological weight. In a negotiation, silence can create pressure, prompting others to reveal information or adjust their stance. In relationships, it can draw attention, compelling others to listen more carefully. This is why great leaders, philosophers, and even seasoned negotiators cultivate comfort in stillness. They let silence speak their strength. Neuroscience even supports this notion. Research has found that moments of silence allow the brain to enter a more reflective, creative state, fostering emotional control and cognitive clarity. Machiavelli would have seen this as mastery, the art of withholding words until they carry real impact. A composed man knows that silence unsettles the impulsive and disarms the manipulative. While others chatter to appear intelligent, he observes quietly, conserving energy and control. In a world addicted to noise, silence has become rare currency. It draws respect, curiosity, and even a touch of mystery. The next time you feel compelled to fill the void, remember, those who can sit comfortably in silence command the deepest attention. They have learned what Machiavelli and modern psychology agree on. Silence isn't emptiness, it's power contained. Number 2, when you explain yourself too much. The more you justify your actions, the more you seem unsure of them. People who over-explain often believe they are clarifying themselves, but in truth they may be planting seeds of doubt where none existed. When you feel compelled to defend your every move, it sends an unspoken signal. I am not confident in what I did. This is not arrogance, it's human psychology. Studies in behavioral communication show that excessive justification activates skepticism in the listener's mind, triggering them to subconsciously question your motives. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. In The Prince, he taught that perception is power, and power must never appear uncertain. Certainly, he would remind us certainty does not explain itself, it simply acts. In both politics and psychology, certainty is a quiet form of dominance. When a leader acts decisively without over-elaborating, observers assume competence. When a person begins to over-explain, however, they invite others to interrogate their choices, opening a space for judgment. This principle applies everywhere, in leadership, relationships, and negotiation. A manager who constantly explains a decision erodes authority. A partner who keeps explaining why they are trustworthy often appears less so. The mind equates calm silence with confidence and anxious elaboration with guilt or insecurity. Even neuroscience supports this idea. Over-justification tends to come from the brain's limbic response, the same part that handles emotional discomfort and social threat. It's an instinct to seek reassurance, to close the gap between what you know and what others might think. But the most influential people, leaders, philosophers, and thinkers, understood that mystery and restraint speak louder than words. Machiavelli would say, if your actions are grounded in purpose, let them prove themselves. The more you explain, the less room you leave for others to respect your conviction. True authority is silent, calm, and deliberate. It doesn't rush to be understood. It allows understanding to unfold naturally. After all, confidence isn't something you explain, it's something you embody. Number 3, when you share personal plans prematurely. Sharing your goals feels exhilarating, almost like tasting the victory before you've even started the journey. But psychology tells us that this excitement can be deceptive. When you announce your ambitions, whether it's losing weight, writing a book, or starting a business, your brain releases dopamine, the same reward chemical it produces when you actually accomplish something. This false sense of achievement tricks the mind into believing that progress has already been made, reducing your motivation to take consistent action. Studies in behavioral psychology, including research from New York University and Peter Gollwitz's work on goal setting, reveal that publicly committing to your goals often leads to lower completion rates. The praise and validation you receive act as a premature reward, satisfying the ego but starving the drive. Machiavelli would have called this a grave strategic error. In The Prince, he warns that revealing your intentions gives others leverage, either to obstruct your path or to imitate your strategy. When people know what you plan to do, they can anticipate your moves, mirror your actions, or quietly sabotage your efforts. In politics, business, and even personal life, the art of silence is a powerful weapon. It's the difference between being predictable and being enigmatic. Machiavelli understood that secrecy preserves not just your plans, but your personal power. The less others know, the more control you maintain over outcomes. Psychologically, secrecy also strengthens internal motivation. When you keep your goals private, your sense of purpose becomes intrinsic, fueled by self-discipline rather than external validation. You stop performing for applause and start working for transformation. The brain learns to associate effort, not attention, with reward. In essence, what feels like humility is actually strategy. So the next time you're tempted to broadcast your next big move, remember, silence isn't hiding, it's harnessing your power. Let your results speak when the time is right. Until then, move quietly, like the strategist Machiavelli admired, the one who conquers not with words, but with actions unseen. Number 4, when you vent in anger. Anger at its core is a mirror reflecting the deepest fractures within the human psyche. It's more than just a surge of emotion. It's a signal from the subconscious, revealing where the ego feels most fragile and the illusion of control begins to crack. Neuroscientists describe anger as a secondary emotion, meaning it often masks deeper feelings like fear, shame, or insecurity. When the brain's amygdala senses a threat to identity or status, it floods the body with adrenaline and cortisol, preparing for fight or defense. But while this reaction once served survival, in modern interactions it exposes us instead. To the manipulative or psychologically astute, anger is a diagnostic tool. Each outburst reveals which buttons to push and which beliefs to exploit. Machiavelli's wisdom echoes in this truth. Control comes not from strength, but from knowing where strength ends. In political courts, battlefields, and boardrooms alike, the calm observer always outmaneuvers the emotional. Composure, therefore, becomes a form of power, a quiet dominance that confuses opponents and shields the mind. The mastery of anger isn't about suppression, but awareness. To pause before reacting, to trace emotion back to its source, and to reclaim authority over oneself. True power begins when nothing external can disturb your inner peace. Number 5, when you try to impress others. Flattery in reverse, when you speak to be admired, is one of the most intricate traps in human psychology. Known as impression management, it's a subtle dance between authenticity and the desire for approval. People unconsciously adjust their tone, posture, and word choice to appear more intelligent, charming, or confident. Yet, as social psychologists like Irving Goffman observed, this performance often reveals more than it conceals. When speech becomes a tool for validation, it loses sincerity and begins to sound rehearsed, draining the energy of genuine connection. Neuroscience backs this up. Our mirror neurons are finely tuned to detect even the smallest inconsistencies in emotional expression, allowing us to sense when someone's words don't align with their true feelings. Machiavelli understood this centuries before neuroscience existed. In The Prince, he hinted that those who crave admiration reveal their dependence on others' judgment, a weakness easily exploited. He believed true influence requires composure and strategic silence. The person who resists the urge to advertise their worth appears mysterious and powerful, commanding respect without a word. In today's digital world of self-promotion and curated perfection, silence has become a rare art. The quiet man who lets his actions speak becomes unforgettable. Because authenticity, not applause, leaves the deepest mark. Number 6, when you gossip or criticize. In gossip, people often reveal far more about themselves than about those they talk about. Psychologists describe this as projection, a defense mechanism where individuals attribute their own insecurities, fears, or flaws to others. When someone constantly criticizes or gossips, It often stems from unresolved self-doubt or envy. The act of tearing someone down temporarily lifts their ego, masking feelings of inadequacy. Machiavelli, known for his deep understanding of human nature, warned that those who speak ill of others inadvertently teach the world how to speak of them. In other words, when you gossip, you set a precedent for how others will treat your name when you're not around. Social scientists have also found that gossip erodes trust within groups, creating a cycle of suspicion that weakens both personal and professional relationships. The wise understand this and choose silence or constructive speech instead, because every word spoken reflects the inner world of the speaker. What you say about others reveals what you believe about yourself. And as Machiavelli suggested, restraint in speech is a form of power. It protects your dignity, your reputation, and most importantly, your peace of mind. Number 7, when you reveal too much in humor. Laughter disarms truth. Hidden beneath humor often lies the raw honesty that people are too afraid to speak openly. When someone jokes about their failures, insecurities, or hidden desires, they are unconsciously revealing fragments of their inner world. In psychology, this is known as self-deprecating disclosure, a form of emotional expression where laughter masks vulnerability. Research in social psychology shows that people use humor as a defense mechanism, allowing them to confront painful truths without feeling exposed. A person who laughs about being unlucky in love might deep down be expressing loneliness or rejection. This makes humor both a shield and a mirror. It protects while it reveals. Machiavelli, who prized strategic silence and self-control, would warn that even in jest, one must measure every word. For him, a careless joke could be a political weapon handed to an enemy, or a signal of weakness that erodes authority. Whether in politics, business, or relationships, laughter can betray more truth than a confession. To the wise, humor is not just entertainment, it is insight into human nature, a subtle reminder that the tongue, even when smiling, should still be governed by the mind. Number 8, when you confide in the wrong person. The urge to feel understood is deeply human, yet it can become one of the most dangerous impulses in social and political life. When we crave understanding, we often expose the very parts of ourselves that should remain concealed: our fears, desires, and strategies. Machiavelli, in The Prince, warned that alliances are built not on loyalty, but on convenience. People will stand by you only so long as it serves their interests. And when it doesn't, they will shift their allegiance without hesitation. This observation aligns with modern psychological studies on social exchange theory, which suggests that most relationships, personal or professional, are driven by perceived benefit. When we open up too quickly in the hope of connection, we hand others the blueprint to manipulate or undermine us. Secrets, once shared, lose their power. They become social currency, traded for influence, gossip, or control. The wise learn to master emotional restraint, not to live in paranoia, but to understand that true strength lies in being selectively understood. To feel seen is comforting, but to remain strategically unseen is powerful. Silence, then, is not loneliness. It is protection in a world where information is the most valuable weapon. Number 9, when you speak before thinking. This is the betrayal of impulse. Modern psychology calls it emotional reactivity, the tendency to act or speak before the rational mind has a chance to intervene. It's the invisible moment when emotion hijacks logic, when anger, pride, or fear takes the driver's seat. In neuroscience, this is the amygdala overriding the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and restraint. Once triggered, words spill out like arrows, impossible to retrieve. Machiavelli saw this centuries ago, long before science named it. To him, speaking without pause was a fatal flaw in rulers and thinkers alike, akin to marching into battle without armor. The unguarded tongue, he warned, exposes weakness more swiftly than any enemy spy. Modern behavioral studies echo this truth. People who fail to manage impulse often sabotage relationships, careers, and even their authority. In contrast, those who master restraint project power and stability because silence, intentional silence, creates space for thought. It shifts control from emotion to strategy. The betrayal of impulse, then, is not simply a momentary lapse, it's a surrender of power. To speak wisely, one must first master the stillness between emotion and expression, for that is where true strength resides. 1. When you admit what you fear. To confess your fears can feel freeing, even noble, but Machiavelli would caution against doing so without strategy. In his view, human nature is both empathetic and opportunistic. When you reveal your fears in the wrong setting, you offer others a psychological map of your weaknesses. What pressures you, what breaks you, and what can be used to influence your decisions. Modern psychology agrees. Fear exposure in unsafe environments triggers dominance and manipulation dynamics, especially in competitive or power-driven groups. Machiavelli's advice is as relevant today as it was in Renaissance courts. Only reveal fear when doing so strengthens alliance, deepens trust, or fosters loyalty. For instance, a leader who admits worry about a shared challenge can inspire unity, while one who confesses personal insecurity in front of rivals invites exploitation. The art lies in timing and intention. Self-disclosure in the right context humanizes you. In the wrong one, it dethrones you. To master fear is not to hide it, but to control when and how it is seen. Machiavelli teaches that wisdom isn't just knowing what to reveal. It's knowing when silence preserves your strength. In the end, Machiavelli was not urging deceit, he was urging discipline, because power, whether personal or political, begins with self-control, and your words are often the first test. So the next time you're tempted to speak, pause for a breath. Remember, silence can't be misquoted, but your words can be used against you.